YouTube family, there's news brewing in the air, and a lot of us heard this when we were younger. A lot of us know about this news already, but how many people know the man himself that actually brought it to the front light? The man himself that made everybody know who was this situation about. That's right, Ray J, or Rajal. And before we get started with Rajal, let's pay some bills. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get your top-notch exclusive clothing. Go to the links in the description box. Now, Top Notch is an exclusive brand for men and women apparel. Also, they have shoes as well, and these clothes are being sold out quick. Get your very own brand as well. Look for the links in the description box. Also, look for Knowledge to God custom t-shirts, Dome's custom t-shirts, that is, and he got the Legalized Being Black that's being sold out right now. Grab them. Also a brand apparel for men and females alike. Go get your very own Dome's custom t-shirts and check the link out in the description box. Salute. Also, before we start, I want you guys to put DJ_bless1 and go check out my Instagram and come rock out with us over here. Salute to the family. Before we get started, I needed you guys to see that story of Ray J himself. Now, there are rumors going around where people said the guy Ray J himself is the one who started the beef with the East Coast and West Coast. That's right, he started the beef between Biggie and Tupac. Now, I don't very much know about who started the beef. I don't want to say it like that or in that way. I more want to break it down with proof and the storylines where here lies the actual glimpse of the situation. Now, Ray J, you guys do know he used to be a alleged blood member. I know you guys are like, what am I talking about? Well, Ray J here, when he was 14 years old, he was having his own hits as well. Many people forget his sister Brandy was the industry person. Ray J was out here really getting it in these streets because of the laws. The California native himself, he got to see a lot of these gangs. He got to see a lot of people. He built up a friendship with Death Row execs such as Suge Knight, Tupac himself. The friendship was so real, people forget that Ray J allegedly is a blood member himself. I know people are probably thinking, how can Ray J be a blood member? It doesn't make sense. He's the one who sang one wish for the very night, for the very tango. I love you, making you. Shout out to Ray J, Mr. One Wish. Now, this guy was out here really getting it in the streets. Many people don't remember his ties and close connections. Now, you guys sit down and take your popcorns out, get your drinks out. This might be a long one, a long video here. This is a movie in a nutshell. Now, Ray J ties indiscriminately was known to have these connections with blood members, was known to be in and out. I'm going to show you guys a performance that he did with his blood members, an interview that was given to us by DJ K Slay. Shout out to K Slay. You guys are going to see a performance where Ray J and his blood set or will perform. The one with the hat is Ray J. Right there, that's Ray J. Fellow Brim. Let's rewind that again. I be trying to make y'all remember what Ray J is, y'all. I be trying to tell y'all, man, the connections go deep. Now, you guys are probably like, what's going on? Well, Ray J being so close to Tupac, Suge Knight, and the Death Row crew, a lot of people forgot there was a beef going on that everybody in the world knew about, apparently, that Faith Evans claimed she didn't know about. Now, this beef was a crazy one. This beef goes back a long time. Now, not that long, but long time, that's been brewing between both MCs, Tupac and Biggie Smalls, and it was lasting almost a year. And it started with Suge Knight and Puff Daddy himself, and it was back and forths going on that was out of this world. Now, Faith Evans over the years has already acknowledged that she never slept with the MC, but the problem occurred more deeply rooted than that. Now, Ray J did an interview back in the days a long time ago. This was with Rhapsody.com, and in that interview, Ray J went into details. It was a 2008 interview, and I remember this when I was still in the military at the time. Now, in that interview, Ray J, although you guys may know his sex tape Educational Purpose with Kim Kardashian, many people remember that. Nowadays, he's been in the music business since his teens, as I showed you guys proof, as you seen this video thing here with his hit Everything You Want, because I think most people forget that. They just remember him for Kim Kardashian and reality shows. Ray J is a real artist, the younger brother of Brandy, and he spoke to Rhapsody.com almost 20 years ago, and he talked about one day how he walked in the room and he seen Faith Evans was sitting on Pac's lap while Pac was writing a verse on the piano. And he said it was like, what the F is going on? That was one of the craziest sights, dog. That's what Ray J said. He said Faith Evans was in Pac's lap. I was like, what the F? I know I'm not. Is that? I can't believe it. Then 3 weeks later, Hit Him Up came out, and that's when everything took a rise. When Hit Him Up came out, that's when everything was released, and his best friend Pop, he said, shocked him but not shocked him, because he knew Faith Evans at the time was married to Biggie Smalls. The whole world knew about it. The whole world knew about the beef. He said he couldn't believe Faith Evans was there because of the feud that was going on. Now, he said after Hit Him Up came out, the camp, Bow Wow was in Snoop camps. Keisha Cole was always there in Death Row Younger Days. If you guys don't know, Keisha Cole, and I'll be dropping a video about that. I want you guys to check out that video as well. Keisha Cole was around the Death Row camp for many, many years now, if you guys don't know. And her friend was Tupac, who made her kind of stay away from Death Row. But she had ties to everybody, from MC Hammer, Suge Knight, Danny Boy, everybody. And we all know Bow Wow was there with Snoop as well when he was younger. So he said, I was used to seeing Bow Wow there. I was used to seeing Keisha there all the time. Now, this was like me sharing my secrets with them. Nobody was supposed to know. I'm not hating on nobody. I got love for Faith. That was just unbelievable during the time of the East Coast, West Coast beef. And here is Faith, the Biggie Smalls wife, sitting here during a West Coast, East Coast confrontation. Ray J continued and spoke of his favorite memory of Tupac. You know what I'm saying? He talked about just hanging out with Pop, smoked and chilled. You know what I'm saying? The good times. He said they were cool. He gave him advice. You know, it was always brotherly love with the situation with him and Pop. A breath of nappy air. I used to spend more time with Snoop and Suge. Used to come pick me up. Remember, the nappy air part is, I guess, is a code talk. That's what Ray J uses. And he says Snoop, and he was his big brother as well. It was just a good time. He was like, it was just crazy to see a wife who was supposed to be loyal that was there. And then people was asking him, how did the rumors get started? He never went deep on that, but the blood ties go deep. I'm going to go deep myself, y'all. Now, this picture here, man, it all started, you guys need to understand, Faith Evans went to the studio to where Pac was recording. You guys know what I mean? And this is going to be a little bit more brazier. I'm going to explain to y'all, and I want y'all to have a refreshing time, because this is foul. I don't care what anybody say. This is an ultimate foul moment here, and you guys are watching the pics. Now, this all started right when Faith Evans decided to go to the studio and record Pac's hit 1995, Wonder Why They Call You Witch. You know what I mean? So she went to the studio with Pac. She went to go record it, and she said, I didn't even realize that it was a beef. Now, she didn't realize a controversial rapper was signed to Death Row, which got a lot of people putting their eyebrows up. Like, how wouldn't you at that time know that Tupac was signed to Death Row? The whole world knew who he was signed with and knew what was going on. So that took people off their high horse as well. Like, how didn't she know that? So that's first sign right there that Faith Evans could have possibly been lying. Now, after that, she said she didn't know he was signed to the Death Row record, which was in the middle of one of the biggest beef in the industry at that time. In all genres of music, you never seen a beef like that. And basically, her parent company, which was Bad Boys Entertainment, she didn't know they were beefing with them, which was another shocker by a lot of her peers who was working there. Now, Faith Evans went to the studio and realized there was a bunch of Death Row artists in the room, and that put up her alarm a bit, and it got her a little I'm sorry, y'all. It got her a little bit worried. And now she's saying that she was trying to figure out what was going on. She said, I didn't think it was a good look just because of the situation. Faith Evans also continued acknowledging that she was aware of the tension between the two camps, which also makes her look like a liar, because she clearly stated earlier she didn't know there was a beef going on. She didn't know, but now she's saying through several interview sources that I had to pick up and find. I like doing my homework, good journalism. She's saying that she didn't know, but now she knows there was tension between the two camps that escalated at the 1995 Source Award. Even though I didn't, this is Faith Evans now, ladies and gentlemen. She's saying, even though I didn't really know a lot of the details about what happened, but it was clear as he took a jab at Puff at the Source Awards and stuff like that. But I was pretty oblivious to the things that had gone on prior to that until probably a few years later, which is false, because she went there a year later, not a few years later. It was only 6-7 months apart from 95 and 96. It's not like a whole year went in between. It was a couple of months and you was at that studio. It's not even a whole year. So I find it baffling that Faith said that. Now, she admitted she felt uncomfortable in the studio, but decided to play it cool for Tupac. And we're going to go to Tupac and tell you what's her circumstances of what happened with Tupac. Now, she said she felt uncomfortable when it was time for Pac to pay her $25,000 she was owed. Evans went to the rapper hotel. She went to the rapper's hotel to collect. I find it odd you got to go to a hotel to collect the money, but neither here or there. It was there that Pop says she says that Tupac asked her for oral sex. Now you guys are like, what was said? Now we have the receipts of what was said that night, and I'm gonna read those receipts for you guys. Now I want you guys to know this is a disclaimer. You know what I mean? These are the words of Faith Evans, and this is what she said after going to the hotel room and Tupac asked her for fellatio. Now she's saying, hold on. I want to take my time and make you guys bear in mind with me. These are alleged situations, and this is everything with the he say, she say scenario. I want to give respect to everybody involved. I told you this is going to be like a movie. Now, she's saying, I love New York, he said. But I'm not, this is what Tupac said to Faith Evans, but I'm not effing with New York right now. So basically, Tupac let her know that he doesn't like the New York wave right now. The air in the room, she said the air in the room seemed to get really thick all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? She said his demeanor had changed so quickly. So quickly. She said, I was truly afraid. That's what Faith Evans is saying. She was afraid. Now, she's saying that he told her, really? Why are you afraid? Why are you acting weird like that? Why are you acting weird? She said, I swallowed hard and took a deep breath. Pause. Educational purpose. That's her breath she's saying she swallowed, y'all. Get your minds out of the gutter, ladies and gentlemen. Grow up. Grow up. She said she took a deep breath and he was staring at me like he thought I was the one who set him up. Remember when Tupac got shot at Quad Studio? He took 5 hits. And he recovered from his 5 hits. Now let's continue going more. Now, she said he was looking at me like I was the one who set him up. And she said, you really don't believe that BS. This is what Faith Evans is saying. You really don't believe that BS. And he said, I'm telling you Niggas set me up, he said in a low voice. You know Pop demeanor. He probably was like, you know, niggas set me up or something to that extent. You know what I mean? In a low voice. And she said, look, Pop, this is Faith Evans talking to Pop. She said, look, Pop, I just need to get my check. I have to go. This is what she said to Pop, allegedly. She needs her check and she gotta go. And the situation with the money is like this. He said, if I give it to you, then you my witch. Basically, you my woman, Pop said to Faith Evans, if he give her the $25,000. And it gets kind of furthermore, y'all. It's kind of brazy, y'all. She said, you're what? You're what? That's what her voice. She said her voice went in a high pitch and said, you're what? She said, I felt a chill go up my back. You heard me? I guess she's a New Orleans person now with the whole you heard me thing. But she said some chills went down her back. And you gotta be my witch? What? And that's why Tupac repeated again, yes, you gotta be my witch. She said, I got up and moved fast around farther away where he was standing. Basically, I tried to get away and he blocked me and said, she said to him after he blocked her, I'm not anybody's witch. I said trying to keep my voice even and steady. And he said, you Biggie's witch. I thought about how people always got Ish wrong. He was probably thinking about the song Me and My Itch. You know what I mean? And I wasn't with Biggie when he made that record. Because remember, Biggie made that record with Lil' Kim at the time. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, she said she wasn't even with Biggie when that record was made. She said, I'm his wife. You know what I mean? I thought y'all broke up, he asked. And she said, we're still married. He said, whatever. Look, I said you hired me to, and she said to him, I said you hired me to do a song. I want my money. I mean, this is crazy. Basically, let's fast forward to the fellatio part. Then she said he came up to her and said, no problem. I need you to suck on my, you know what. She said she ain't doing it. And then he raised his voice at her and said, you my lady again. He raised his voice some more and things got out of hand from there and transpired out of control. Now, Tupac kept going. He was making sense. You better do this. And he was cursing at her. He was yelling. And the cursing did not stop. It continued over and over nonstop. She said she was scared. She walked down the hallway. And that's when she seen some gangsters in the room. Death Row affiliates. There was a lot. I mean, I'm going to play something for you guys that kind of... It kind of trumps everything she was saying, but it takes it away. Now, allegedly, there was a song they said that Faith Evans did for Tupac and Biggie Smalls. We're going to go to it. Before going to it, I think it's fair we play an interview that Faith Evans had once upon a time ago. Now, in this interview that Faith Evans had, you can see there's a lot going on, and it was a situation. She did an interview with a man in 1996, just moments after that meeting with Tupac and after he hit him up. And let me play it for you guys. And it's kind of shaky because it makes you look and ask yourself, did these things happen or not? Let's play the interview right away for y'all. And you can see a gentleman next to Faith Evans. He's sitting right closer. Remember, she's married at the time of this interview. She's sitting right next to this gentleman, very, very close. And things seems very uncomfortable at the time. And she seems way too comfortable to be a married woman and doing this interview.
I'm saying because musically you're impressive, personally you're impressive, and certain songs of yours transcended into a relationship I was in. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people say that.
For those of you who don't know who I'm talking to, this is the one and only. You gotta have faith. What's going on, girl?
Everything.
First of all, congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
I'm mad I ain't got a plaque on my wall to say I know you.
Oh, I think
if you guys can see what his legs is doing to her, then you would understand this was one of the most foulest interview that Faith Evans did, and it reconfirmed people that she is allegedly a sleeping housewife.
I have all the ones I'm supposed to have.
All right. But see, you got the paper in the bank to prove that you did what you did. Girl, I'm very proud of you.
I'm trying. Thank you.
I know when we first really met at that spot on 40 whatever street, we was downstairs. It was a little party. It was the party Monica performing first time in the
Wow.
No.
And you said to me, you don't know me, but I know you. And I was like, you look like, no, that ain't her. Because Because you was all quiet and down the corner
Wow.
hiding, and you remind me of when we had met before that.
That's usually how I am.
Wow.
You know, now, my audience, my people who are watching.
I'm gonna rewind that for y'all again.
People who are buying them. You said to me, you don't know me, but I.
Say that.
For those of you who don't know who I'm talking to, this is the one and only. You gotta have faith. What's going on, girl?
Everything.
First of all, congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
I'm mad I ain't got a plaque on my wall to say I know you.
Oh, I think I got one. I don't even have all the ones I'm supposed to have.
All right. But see, you got the paper in the bank to prove that you did what you did. Girl, I'm very proud of you.
I'm trying. Thank you.
I know when we first really met at that spot on 40 whatever street, we was downstairs. It was a little party. It was the party with Monica performing first time in New York.
No.
And you said to me, you don't know me, but I know you. And I was like, you look like, no, that ain't her. Because you was all quiet and down the corner hiding, and you remind me of when we had met before that.
That's usually how I am.
Yeah, you are real, you know. Now, my audience, my people who are watching, our friends, people who are buying the records, they want to
Now
know
she's
about what's going on.
I bet they do.
Yeah, they do. Now, it's up to you how you want to.
I mean, you gotta come at me, boo. You gotta
I'm saying,
ask me what you
I'm
wanna
here,
know.
I'm here.
Get to the point.
now if you see what she's talking about, this is the Tupac situation, the Tupac scandal. And then they said she also made a song dedicated to Tupac and Biggie Smalls situation allegedly of sleeping with both men. I've never heard this song before, but I remember people talked about it. I'm gonna go to the song now and play it for you guys.
And now I slipped up, and while your friend was around, I gave him a taste of my love. I broke. Now I slipped up, and while your friend was around, I gave him a taste of my love many times. But now I slipped up, and
Wow.
while your friend was around, I gave him a taste of my love. I broke your trust for a night of love, so don't let him a taste of my love. I broke your trust, and I broke your trust, and I broke your trust for a night of love, so don't let that break us up.
This crazy.
I needed a shoulder to cry on, but I got more than a shoulder that night. I know that you're mad and
Wow.
angry, who gives a damn you didn't treat me right. Oh, baby, you can't even hate, don't get up in my face, 'cause your boy got a trick. You broke my heart, I never thought that it would heal. So baby, I know what's going on when you say you're alone, so don't let that break us up. Give him a taste of my love, but now I slipped up, and while your friend was around, I gave him a taste of my love.
That is brazy. While your friend wasn't around, you gave them a taste of your love. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this to the best of my abilities to give you guys that hard look into this whole thing. I hope this gave you guys closure. I hope you guys understand people like Ray J was not lying about what he was saying allegedly. Ray J been in this game for years. Young Ray J, you know what I'm saying, is somebody in hip hop that should be respected, and young Ray J should be remembered for what he transcended through hip hop and the internet world, because him and Flavor Flav was one of the first two artists to make this, reality show where you don't have to get money only through the hip hop venues anymore. Ray J has paved the way as well. He should be remembered and not forgotten. He had great highlights and great moments throughout history of hip hop. Tupac and Biggie beef should never be picking a side other than looking at the women apart who actually turn a situation worse. And it's kind of sad, we gotta look at certain people in that type of light. But at the same time, it is what it is. These are the circumstances of situations that we every day get ourselves into. And we're never going to forget the Blood Ray J. Shout out to Ray J and his blood crew. I'm trying to tell you guys, some people will shock you who they are, and Ray J ain't one to play with. If Ray J tells you a story like that, in fact, Ray J have glorious days of this fabulous adventures. You remember this?
Yeah. Serious concert that we got to take to. Concert in my living room. You know, that's how we do it. 24/7.
I shot that nigga in the face, my nigga.
Educational.
So you punch Fab in the face.
One time. Hey, I swear to God, he running from me right now. I had 100 fools outside of Moon right now. He never left the club. He was scared up in there. He tried to call the police.
So when you hit him, what did he do, Ray?
Nothing. He fell back because he's a sucker.
Hey, Ray J,
Man, I remember those glorious moments. I'm glad him and Fabuloso is cool now. But Tupac and Biggie Smalls, I think we somewhat got closure, and a lot of us can make our own descriptions and opinion on what happened between Biggie and the Faith Evans situation. When you're watching interviews like this going down, you pretty much know. Your recollection is more easier to tell who Faith Evans is and what she did. And the song itself, her crying out about the situation, well, I'm gonna let you guys furthermore decide on that and decide if Hit Him Up was made in response to actual cemented things that happened. Look, I'm your God bless one, man. Thank you for watching another great episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Love your family, love your kids, and always remember, man, to stay blessed, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Peace and deuces.